Hello, my loves. Hello, hello, hello. Hello from a beautiful park right on the water. And feeling a little inspired and using this cute filter with butterflies. If anyone's on, let me know who's here. We're telling your followers that you've started a live video. Okay, perfect. That sounds good. All right, my love. So how is everyone? I'm really enjoying doing these lives. This is actually something like last year that I was so fucking terrified to do. And it's so nice to like look back and see my growth and just see how much more I've like come into myself, into my expression, into who I am, and just like sharing myself, sharing my heart, sharing whatever, wants to come through. So it's really cool because like last year, my business coach was like, do lives, get on there. And I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. And I actually had one of my business coaches like bet me, like she bet me money. She's like, if you don't do it, you gotta pay me like $200. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, my love, so I just wanted to come on today to say hi. And I have something new brewing, right? So I kind of wanted to just touch on that a little bit and give you guys like a little bit of my background. I have many different backgrounds, many different stories of how I've gotten to this point. But there's something that's really moving inside of me that's really getting me like excited, and it kind of makes my body do like this, right? And I know when I get that feeling that it's like God is speaking to me, like it's like a desire, it's like a yearning, it's like, ooh, it's like a creation coming through, like there's spirit coming through, right? There's like inspiration, right? So inspiration, I love that word because I learned from one of many teachers, mentors that I've studied under, is that inspiration literally means to be in spirit, to be infused with spirit, right? So in spirit, inspiration, right? And I love that. When I learned that, I was like, oh my God, that's the feeling I feel. That is the feeling I feel of like turned on and alive and excited. And it's like, oh yes, I'm so excited to do this thing. And this feeling can really come up at any time. It can come up when you're with friends, or you're getting excited to like go on a trip, or like you're, read something, you get inspired through that, or you hear someone and you get inspired through them. And it's like, it's just this really like heart opening, soul like lighting feeling inside. And I've really come to understand it and come close to it and really harness it and use it and also listen to it, right? Because I feel like so many of us, we feel these feelings, yet we don't like sit with it, or we don't trust it, or we don't really believe that maybe that it's a divine download or an inspiration coming through, and it's meant for you to follow, to act on. Yes, because I remember I would get these feelings like years ago, and then I wouldn't do anything about them, and then they just go away. Hello, Jessica. So now I get these feelings and I'm like, oh my God, this is inspiration. This is like divine inspiration coming through. Okay, let me write this down. Okay, let me like really play with this idea that's coming up, right? So that's really like my creative process kind of in a nutshell. There's more to that. But what I wanted just to expand on was like, my loves, so since I was 18, I've been on this path of really living my soul purpose, because fortunately I had a calling in my heart when I was 18 and I followed it, and it led me to do what I loved, right? So when I was 18, I had just graduated high school, and I was registered in college. I was going to college, and I walked into a Subway's because I used to eat Subway's back then. I don't eat Subway's anymore, but I loved Subway's. I loved the tuna sub with honey mustard on top. And I walked in there and I was at the cash register, and there was like a sign, like pamphlets on like, tighten your arms, flatten your belly, and, grow your butt, try Pilates. And I was like, ooh, I want stronger arms. I want a flatter belly. I want all those things. So I ended up picking up the pamphlet, and something called me towards that, right? It was like, I need to try this. So I called the woman. I begged my parents. I went to take a Pilates class. I was 18, okay? Went to take a Pilates class. Fell in love with the machine. And if any of you girls have done Pilates, like let me know, like the reformer. I fell in love with it, fell in love with my teacher, and I she, she wanted to sign me up for a package, and of course I'm 18, I don't have no fucking money. So I call my parents and I'm like, please, can you buy me this 20 pack of Pilates classes for $400? And I asked my dad for $200 and I asked my mom for $200, and they were like, okay, Vani, okay, here's the money. And I went and I bought my first package, okay? And I remember I would wake up every morning at 8:30, roll out of bed, because I had scheduled all my college classes in the afternoon, because like I like to sleep, let's get serious. And who wants to take a class at 7 in the morning, right? So I would roll out of bed, literally go to Pilates, come home and go back to sleep, and then go to school. Okay, so that was like me in college, right? I would go to Pilates, come back. Okay, anyway, so point is that I fell in love with Pilates. I felt my body in a way that I had never felt my body before. And mind you, my mom, like, my grandfather's an Olympian from Ecuador. My mom always worked out. My uncles always worked out. I was always in the gym as a child and all that. But Pilates just like fucking felt so good in my body. I was like, oh, this is good. And I got to like point my toes, because I always loved to dance and like be, like a little dancer. So it just fed my heart so much. And I needed it. It was like, I need to do this. So I continued to do it, and I was really good at it. Like I was open to receiving the teaching. I was just like in it. I embodied it, right? And my teacher ended up saying, Vane, like, you're incredible. Like your form is great. You understand the machine. You move with precision and all that. I would love to hire you. Okay. And I forgot to add, let's backtrack for a second. Before this happens, my first job that I ever had after high school was working at Party City. Okay? Party City. Like, whoa. Okay? Fucking filling balloons, doing the cash register, which I loved, but like filling balloons and having to clean aisles till like 11 o'clock at night. Dude, I got a first job because I had to get a first job. But then I left that job because I was like, no. Like, my heart was like, no, can't do this. And then I found this whole Pilates gig, right? So the woman offers me a job, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And she's gonna give me free Pilates, and she's gonna pay me like $10 an hour. And I'm like, no problem. So I start teaching, and I start teaching based off of what I have experienced on the machine. I know the exercise, I know the movement, I know the form, I know all this. I start teaching for her. Okay. Long story short, stopped working for her because she was a little woo-woo. Start going to Biscayne Bay campus, FIU. And I pass a Pilates studio. Like I'm driving to school and I look up and there's a Pilates studio, and it's like called the Pilates room. And something called me and it was like, oh, there, oh, go. So I went, I walk in, they had just opened. I'm like, oh, I'm interested in taking Pilates classes because I wanted to continue. I loved Pilates, right? So at this point, I'm following what I love. That's the point, right? I'm following what I love. So I walk in, and Michelle, which if she sees this, I love you to death. She's a soul sister of mine. We're still friends to this day. She, I walk in and I'm like, I'm interested in classes and the schedule. She's like, oh, okay. And she happens to ask me, like, by any chance, are you looking for a job? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, because we're looking for an office girl. And I'm like, yeah, me. Guess what? I get fucking hired as their office girl. Okay. So I'm now working at a Pilates studio. I get free Pilates, and I'm an office girl, which I love to do because I'm just like, I'm good at those type of things, right? So I work there. So being in a Pilates studio around other Pilates instructors, I start to get more inspired. They're all certified. I wasn't certified yet because this past woman, my past boss, had just hired me, and she taught me from her. So I get inspired. I end up getting certified. I get certified at 19. I'm at Pilates, then I end up doing Reformer. Then I just get enveloped in the Pilates world. This is my dream. Like I'm in love with Pilates. I'm in love with teaching, and I'm an amazing instructor. And that's me celebrating myself, because that's the truth. I was really good. I am still really good, right? But it's not my passion anymore, and that's my whole point about this, is that was my passion since 18 till about 31, because I'm 33, I'm turning 34. So for the last, Pilates was my passion, and then I got into holistic health coaching. I became a holistic lifestyle coach because I transformed my body and my allergies. Like I got rid of allergies, lifelong allergies that I had, through changing my diet and getting rid of like processed foods, eating all organic, drinking, half my body weight of water in a day, all these things. And I had such a huge transformation that then holistic lifestyle coaching started to become my passion, right? So I just started to follow what I love. So looking back now, I'm like, wow, I always followed what I loved. So I always followed what I loved. because I could always feel inside of myself like, ooh, that, yeah, that makes me really happy, yeah. And I was always like drawn to things, and I really always followed them, not knowing that I was following my heart and my soul, right? So like I talked to like friends of mine, and they're in jobs that they fucking hate, and I'm like, fuck, man, thank God that I have felt that inside of myself, because it was always leading me. My soul was always leading me, right? My soul was always leading me to what I loved, and I didn't know it then, but now I know it. So looking back at little Vanessa, I'm like, oh my God, Vanya, you were always following your heart. You were always following what was meant for you, because I followed the Pilates, then I followed my holistic lifestyle coaching yearning, and then I'm doing both. I'm coaching and I'm still teaching Pilates. And the end of 2019, I'm feeling, hi my love, hi Grace. I'm starting to feel dead inside. My heart is no longer turned on by teaching Pilates. I'm seeing clients and I'm like, this is not filling me like it used to. Something is going on here. And I know that feeling of, ugh, and I don't like feeling that. I know that is like, Vanessa, your soul is kind of tired of this. Your soul's not being fulfilled by this anymore. And then, you know, I'm very in touch with that. And I had to have a really big, honest conversation with myself, because that feeling is scary. It's a scary feeling to be like, holy fuck, I've been teaching since I was 19. I'm 31. I've been doing all this, like, now what? Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought this was going to be, I mean, I didn't really think it was going to be a forever thing, but I thought that, I don't know, I thought maybe until my 40s, right? And I sat with myself and I got really honest with myself, man. And I was like, man, this is not fulfilling me anymore. And that was like the first key, is to be really honest. Because a lot of us know, but we don't maybe speak it into existence, or we don't pay attention to it. We're just like, it is what it is. I have to do this because I have bills, and this is what it is, and this is what was chosen, you know? And I know that feeling of like unfulfillment, of like, it's kind of like you're dying inside. Like I felt like I was having like a soul death of like, fuck, oh man, like, no. I was kind of like, no, I don't want that to happen, you know? And it just so happened that I was introduced to a business coach around that time, and I had done like a very entry level, like kind of like find your soul purpose, or like really what are you here on this planet to create type of like mini course. And she asked me questions that I had never, that I had really never been asked before. Like, what lights you up? What, if you could talk about one thing for the rest of your life, what would that be? I think there was another question, Grace, and this is my love, Grace was there with me. Were you in Creatrix Calling? No, we did Academy together, but I think you were in Calling too. Anyways, so it was like, what are you on this planet to do? What is your soul asking for? If there's one thing you could speak about for the rest of your life, or serve or do or give to others, what would that be? And my heart was like, oh my God, I want to teach women how to connect to their hearts and to their feminine energy, because I, for the past 4 years prior to that, had been working with a mentor, healing my inner wounds, my pain, my traumas, coming close to my heart, developing a relationship with my heart that set me fucking free. Because I haven't told you my personal story of how I suffered from anxiety and panic attacks since I was 21, because I had a huge panic attack at 21, and it left me in debilitating anxiety for up until I started working with my heart coach. And so she starts my business coach starts asking me all this, and I'm like, holy fuck, yeah, I want to teach women. I want to share my story. I want to share my story. I want to tell them how I can, you know, being in panic attacks and anxiety now, where I'm free and I'm at peace with myself and I truly fucking love myself. Like, that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to teach. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I keep freezing. So it started to open up something inside me where I was like, oh my God, like, this is what I want to be doing. This is what I want to be doing. I want to be teaching women how to connect to their heart. I want to be teaching and speaking to people about what I went through and how I came out of it, how I came from point A to point B, right? So that brought up a lot of clarity. It was like, oh my God, yes, Vanessa, yes, this is what lights me up. And all of a sudden I started to talk about this, and I started to like, this is it. And there goes that feeling again. I'm like, oh my God, this is that feeling that I got when I first saw the Pilates pamphlet. This is the feeling I got when I I was called to holistic lifestyle coaching. It was that feeling of like, yes, 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 that's it. And guess what? Vane knows that feeling, and Vane follows that feeling. So I was then invited into Academy, which was a full-on business creation of like a business, sorry guys, hold on, business container to help me create a program for women. And it was the biggest investment. I've spent probably like $100,000 at this point on myself, okay? But spread over time. This was the biggest investment in a chunk that I had ever made in a moment. So it scared the fucking bejesus out of me. When my coach told me the price, I was like, yeah, okay. And she's like, so yeah. And I'm, you know, she walked me through it, but it like, I wanted to throw up, right? Point is that I walked through all that fear and I ended up doing it, right? So now I'm here today, a year later, because I signed up last year in February. I had a launch at a $30,000 launch, first group container. First time ever doing this, because I was in alignment with my soul and my passion and my purpose. And this is what can happen when you step into alignment with what you are meant to be doing while you're on this fucking planet, okay? And I learned all the ins and outs. I learned how to facilitate. I learned how to market, how to show up. It was an initiation for me of like, Vanessa, are you ready to play big? Are you ready to go big? Are you ready to stop playing small? Because I was very much like, oh man, like saying what I have to say. Like, are people gonna care? Are they gonna like hear me? Are they gonna judge me? Like all those things come up, right? But the point about this topic today is about soul purpose. Like, what is your soul purpose, my loves? Like right now I'm living in like so much fucking alignment with what I'm on this planet to be doing. It's like I must talk about it. And that's my whole point of why I'm here. It's because I want to ask you, are you doing what you love? Like truly, deeply doing what you love. Not what someone else loved for you. Not what someone else told you to do. Not what someone else told you was the right thing to do and the safe thing to do. Are you doing right now what you love? And maybe it's something that you loved 10 years ago, but you don't love it anymore. And that's okay. Because I loved Pilates, and guess what? I love it, but I'm not in love with it anymore. I'm not. It doesn't fill me like this does. Like talking about passion and purpose and feminine energy and heart and connection and sharing my story. Like this is what turns me on. So I ask you, what turns you on? What's the thing that lights your soul up? What's the thing that it's like, oh my God, this is why I'm on this planet? What is that thing? And I want to add that a lot of people don't know, and that's okay. That's okay, right? But I know there's a lot of you that do know. I know there's a lot of you that are probably like, yeah, if I could be singing and dancing right now, I'd be doing that. If I could be teaching this, my story, what I've gone through, I would be doing that. If I could be, you know, helping women create wealth, I would be doing that because I'm such I have an amazing relationship with money. Like, what is your thing? How do you serve? You know, what's your story? Because there's such a powerful message in our story as well. So it's like, what is the one thing that you've gone through that you know you can help someone else come into, right? So, you know, this thing that's brewing inside me right now, which is another creation of mine that came, like, it's been coming, but like last Monday while I was at the beach, it came through sharp, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know, it's based on, you know, not even bringing, but like claiming or getting to know or getting curious about what your purpose and passion is on this planet, right? And really starting to take the steps, even if they're baby steps, right? Because one step at a time, to walking into to the desires of your heart, because that is what will give you life, my love. Like if you're feeling dead and you're not feeling alive, then that's a big fucking sign that something is like dying inside. And from all the conversations I've had, and I say this with no judgment or anything, there's a lot of people out of alignment. A lot of people are not doing what they love. They're not following their heart and their soul. They're not doing their purpose. They're not feeding that. And that will kill you. It will like, man, it will just draw you down, you know? So I want to know, and I invite you, if you're catching the replay, to like share with me, what is your passion? What is your purpose? Do you even know what it is? And if you don't, that's okay, right? That's okay to not know. But like, I also want to know what's stopping you from like following that. What's stopping you from following your passion and your purpose if you do know what it is? Because you are the only one that's stopping yourself. And you know, my whole story was like Pilates, holistic lifestyle coach, now doing intimacy coaching. This is what I'm on this planet to be doing at this time, right? This may change. And it's actually kind of moving into now what I'm, you know, brewing in here. I want to help and coach self-led women, like bosses, you know, women who are like ready to do the fucking thing. Ready because they know they have fire in their belly. They're ready. They know that something's brewing. They don't know what it is, or they do know what it is, but they know that they were meant for more. And I want to help women, A, like call it, A, claim it, B, learn the steps how to make it happen, and hold them, because I've gone through my fire. I've found my passion, my purpose. I've brought it to life. And I want to stand here as I watch them and talk them through it and show them how I did it and give them the codes that I have cracked from all the different teachers that I've learned from and my own wisdom, right? So it starts now, like first step, what is your soul passion? What is it that you want to be doing? Like really ask yourself that, and maybe you journal. Like, let me actually sit down with my heart and my soul and actually have a conversation with myself rather than watching TV or like doing distractions, right? Like let's get really fucking serious, because like this is like no filter time. This is like, if you got time to watch Netflix and you don't got time to sit down with your soul and have a real conversation, then something's off here, right? Something's very off. So I invite you, my loves, I invite you to get really like honest about that. A is, am I fulfilled right now? And B is like, okay, if I'm not fulfilled, what would fulfill me? What is my heart yearning to do? What is calling me? And get clear on that. And you may have like so many things, and that's okay. Let yourself have so many things. It's okay. I have so many things I want to do. That's okay. No judgment. You just let it out. Like you are a creator. You are, if you're a woman, you're the creatrix. You bring life into this planet. You also bring creation into this planet, creation through whatever it is that you are in service of. Yes. So yeah, I wanted to share that a little bit, because now looking back, it's like I can see that my heart was leading me the whole time, and I just always naturally followed it. I don't know, it was a feeling inside. I was like, oh my God, gotta do that. Oh my God, gotta do this. And I didn't end up in a job that I hated. I didn't end up in a corporate, because I knew since I was growing up watching my parents, I was like, no, mama does not want to work in a 9-to-5. That is not for me. I'm not working for anybody. Like, fuck no. Like, we ain't doing that. And that was my no. And it's like, looking back, I'm like, wow, Vani, you were actually pretty fucking cool for knowing that and following what you wanted. Like, I didn't follow what my parents told me to do. And, you know, and that's okay. And it's still okay if you did follow it, right? And we have outside pressures, and we have like all these things that we're taught, you know, and it's okay. But I am a woman who has fire inside of her, and that fire is my gift. And I know now how to integrate that fire and share that fire to help other women who have the fire too, but maybe need some help, right? To share this fire with them and say, hey, follow the fire. Let's go. Let's play. It's okay. This is safe. This is for you. Let's do the thing. What do you want to do? Tell me, share with me, so I can hold you in that. I can hold that vision for you, because I believe in you. I know you can do it, because I did it, and I'm no different than you. I just followed the fire, and I got the help I needed to get, and I got the support I needed to get, because I knew I couldn't do this alone. So I'm here to hold you and to help you walk across your fire. I'm over here, and I'm going to watch you. I'm right here. I'm right here. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Right? And also teach you what I've learned along the way to help you cross your fucking fire, and to awaken that shit and share your fire with the world, right? Because your fire is your passion. It's your purpose. It's like what's moving inside of you. Right? And this is for the woman who feels that. And if you don't feel it, it's okay. It's okay. But I feel it, and this is how I share my fire, to invite your fire to join fires, and like, let's fucking do this, and let's feel alive again. Like, let's come back to your body and like take advantage that we're on a ball, like Earth planet that's spinning, under a sun that feeds trees, gives us oxygen. Like, let's like really, you know, zoom out for a second and see what's really going on here. Because I know that we were meant for more. We were meant for more than what most are currently doing right now. We were meant for more, and that is my belief deep down inside of me. Like, that is what I know to be true, and I've lived it. And now I'm here creating a life of my fucking dreams, leading women, guiding women, teaching women, making money, living in a gorgeous apartment on the beach. Like, I'm here at a park getting to talk to you guys. I'm not in an office. I'm not hating my life. I get to go eat lunch wherever the fuck I want. I get to go see my healer and get a massage. I get to serve. I mean, like, I'm living a great fucking life. And it's based off of, I took a leap of faith. I followed my insides. I followed it. I was willing enough to say, hey, there's something knocking inside of me. I need to listen. And that is the first step, my loves, right? So here it is. So this is like, I want to feed that. I want to like talk to that part of you, right? So this is what this little IG live was on, just to like really talk to that fire. If you have that fire inside of you, own that fire. It's your passion, it's your purpose, and like, let's do something about it. Like, let's explore the fire. What wants to come through you? What wants to move through you? What are you here for? Let's have a conversation about it. Yeah. So yeah, my loves, that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please feel free to comment here. If you feel like someone needs to hear this, please share it. I invite you to share it. Like, this is, you help me get my message across. You also help me spread my purpose and my passion to help others who are ready for the next level, for the next step, to step into their passion, into their purpose, into their pleasure, to feel turned on and to feel alive again, my loves, because that is what we're here for, is to fucking express ourselves and to be a divine expression, like to feel ourselves as the divine expression that we are, to feel spirit moving through us, because that is what fills our fucking cup. Okay, so comment, you can message me. I'm always available. Share it, comment, like it. I love you guys, and thank you for listening. Bye.